Welcome to Global Trends on Farhad Omar Studios YouTube channel. I'm your host, Farhad Omar. In today's episode, we are taking a closer look at one of the most volatile and heartbreaking conflicts in the world, the ongoing violence in Gaza. As tensions continue to escalate, we are not just witnessing a regional dispute, but the potential spark for much larger global conflict. In this episode, we'll explore the details of the recent tragic events, the broader implications for global stability, and why this conflict could be the catalyst for World War III. To truly understand and comprehend the gravity of the situation in Gaza, we must first reflect on the most recent tragedy that has shocked the world. A Gazan father, Muhammad Abu al-Qamsin, went to register the births of his newborn twins, beautiful Aysal and Asr. What would have been a day of joy turned into an unimaginable nightmare when he received the devastating news that his wife Jumana and their 3-day-old twins had been killed in an Israeli airstrike while he was away. The family had moved to Deir al-Balah, hoping to find safety amidst the relentless bombings. Tragically, their attempt to escape the violence ended in this horrific loss. This heartbreaking incident is not isolated. It's part of a broader pattern of violence that has been escalating in Gaza. The recent surge in hostilities has left nearly 40,000 Palestinians dead, many of them children. The airstrikes, the bombings, and the ground assaults have devastated families, destroyed homes, and further entrenched the deep-seated animosity that fuels this conflict. But this conflict isn't just about Israel and Palestine. It's about the entire region and the world. The refusal of the Israeli government to accept a ceasefire, as highlighted in recent reports, indicates a dangerous determination to continue the offensive. Now, this stance is not only fueling further violence, but also risks drawing in other regional powers, each with their own interests and alliances. Let's take a step back and look at the broader geopolitical implications. The Middle East has always been a tinderbox, with conflicts in the region having far-reaching consequences. The ongoing conflict in Gaza is no exception. Israel's actions are supported by its powerful allies, including the United States, which provides significant military aid, funding, and diplomatic backing. On the other side, many Arab nations and other global players stand with the Palestinians, seeing this conflict as a fight against oppression and occupation. The risk of this conflict spiraling into a larger war is very real. Imagine a scenario where more nations are drawn into the fray, whether through direct military involvement or through proxy wars fought on behalf of the warring sides. The alliances we see forming could easily resemble the global alignments that preceded both world wars. The stakes are incredibly high, and the possibility of a miscalculation or deliberate escalation leading to a global conflict cannot be ignored. Nations around the world are watching this conflict with growing concern. The fear is that when this starts as a regional war, could quickly expand, pulling in global superpowers and potentially leading to a catastrophic confrontation. The involvement of nuclear-armed states only heightens the danger, raising the specter of a war that could have devastating consequences, not just for the region, but for the entire world. This conflict also underscores the deep-rooted grievances that have festered for decades. The failure to resolve these issues has led to a situation where violence seems to be the only language spoken. But violence begets violence, and without a concerted effort towards peace, we are looking at a future where the Middle East becomes the epicenter of a global catastrophe. So what can be done? The answer isn't simple. It requires a global response, one that prioritizes diplomacy over aggression, dialogue over destruction. The international community must come together to push for a resolution, one that addresses the legitimate grievances of both sides and work towards a sustainable peace. However, as long as the current trajectory continues, the risk of a wider war looms large. As we wrap up today's episode, it's important to remember the human cost of this conflict. Behind the headlines and the geopolitical maneuvers are real people, families like Muhammad Abu al-Qamsans, who are living in constant fear, facing unimaginable losses. We must not lose sight of their suffering as we discuss the broader implications of this conflict. The situation in Gaza is stark. It's a stark reminder of the fragility of peace in our world today. It shows us how quickly local conflicts can escalate into global crisis, threatening the stability and security of nations far beyond the immediate region. The stakes couldn't be higher, and the need for a peaceful resolution couldn't be more urgent. Thank you for tuning in to today's episode of In Global Trends on my YouTube channel, Farhad Omar Studios. As we've discussed today, the conflict in Gaza is more than just a regional issue. It's a global concern that could have far-reaching consequences. It's up to all of us to stay informed, to advocate for peace, and to work towards a world where conflicts are resolved through dialogue, not devastation, not violence. I'm Farhad Omar, and until next time, let's continue to seek understanding and strive for peace. Free, free Palestine. Stay connected, stay informed, and remember, knowledge is the first step towards change. Join me next time as we continue to explore the global trends shaping our world. Like, share, and subscribe this video with your network of friends. Stay safe, everyone.